Hi, I'm Tanisha, a talent branding consultant here at HRBX, and today I'll be telling you how to attract Gen Z talent. Gen Z refers to the generation of people that were born between the mid 1990s and 2010, which makes them the youngest people who are joining the workforce currently. If you're having issues with attracting freshers, today's video is just for you. While this group definitely does share some similarities with their millennial predecessors, there are some things that people need to keep in mind when dealing with Gen Z. Given the time they grew up in, Gen Z are the first true digital natives, which means they don't really remember a time before we had the internet. Like the generations before them, straight out of college, they come with a large amount of fresh perspectives and new skills, and would be a great addition to any company. So understanding this generation will allow you to leverage the benefits that they bring and also help you future-proof your organization. The first thing you need to know about Gen Z is that they're very focused on growth. This particular generation of workers are very focused on career growth and long-term career paths. They're largely driven by the desire for professional growth, autonomy, and the opportunity to make an impact. A survey by LinkedIn found that 40% of Gen Z workers are willing to take a pay cut for an opportunity that provides better growth. Employers can tap into this by providing training programs, mentorship programs, and clear career paths. Make sure you provide clear pathways for skill development and advancement. Emphasizing a culture of learning and development during your interviews as well as on your social media could be a huge draw for this generation. Emphasizing a culture of learning and development during your interviews as well as on your social media could be a huge draw for this generation. The next thing you need to keep in mind is providing purpose-driven work. Gen Z is extremely passionate about social and environmental issues, and they seek organizations that actually align with their values. According to a study, up to 63% of Gen Z employees feel that it's important to find an employer that actually aligns with their values. According to a study, up to 63% of Gen Z employees feel that it's important to find an employer that actually aligns with their values. This generation really wants to make a positive impact, so highlighting the ways you'd help them do that could be a great way to attract these employees. Companies that integrate corporate responsibility and sustainability are more likely to attract Gen Z applicants. Additionally, providing avenues for people to take part in volunteering efforts and community involvement is also a great way to go about this. The third thing you need to keep in mind is diversity and inclusion. 56% of Gen Z workers say that they wouldn't accept a job at a company that doesn't have diverse leadership. 56% of Gen Z workers say that they wouldn't accept a job at a company that doesn't have diverse leadership. This generation values diversity and inclusion as well as equality, and they're looking for companies that also share those values. In order to attract Gen Z workers, make sure that you're promoting an inclusive work culture and you're promoting diversity within the organization. This way, not only do you get all of the great benefits that comes with a diverse workspace, you also get a lot of new talent who are more than happy to work with you because they feel that your organization is a welcoming space. Make sure you're demonstrating your commitment to diversity and inclusion during the hiring stages itself. You can do this through diverse interview panels, inclusive job descriptions, as well as inclusive benefit packages. The fourth thing you need to keep in mind is work-life balance. This generation of workers places a strong emphasis on work-life balance because they mostly believe that work needs to fit into their life and that they shouldn't be fitting their life around work. 72% of Gen Z workers have either left or are considering leaving a job if they feel that their employer isn't providing them with a flexible work policy. This particular generation has been primed to be able to do remote work because they experienced the pandemic either early on in their careers or while they were still in school. So they understand how to remain productive and also make time for themselves and prioritize their personal life. So as an employer, what you can do is provide flexible schedules, remote working options, and focus on how you can help work-life integration. The next thing you need to keep in mind is health and wellness. Gen Z is looking for an empathetic workplace that would support their health and wellness. 66% of Gen Z workers say that they would like to see more of an investment into mental health services from their organizations. This generation has grown up with more awareness around mental health struggles and are therefore more vocal about these issues. So they're looking for companies that would be accepting of that and would be willing to help support them. As an employer, make sure you create policies to support both physical and mental health. This will attract this generation of workers and will also help you retain them in the long term. And the final thing you need to keep in mind is your social media presence. A lot of Gen Z is extremely active on the internet, but especially social media. So it's important to make sure that your company has a presence online. This generation is more likely to go to your official channels to learn a little bit more about the company and your culture. Here, they'll evaluate if they are a culture fit and if you align with their own beliefs and values. So it's important to build an authentic and compelling employer brand on your social media in order to connect with this generation. I hope that was helpful. For more resources and insights, head on over to our website, talentbranding.in. And if you'd like to get in contact with us, you can reach out to us there as well.